So for today's journey, I want to cover 3 areas. I want to cover our principles of leadership, not just personal leadership, but organizational leadership also. That's going to give us our governing laws for how we should operate when dealing with change. Secondly, I want to cover our change framework. We're going to cover a story that I'm pretty sure many of you have heard before. I'm going to look at it from the angle of what does this mean for us as we're trying to deal with change, both personally and organizationally. And lastly, I want to cover adapting to change. More specifically, what happens if you don't adapt to change? If I was to ask you, what kind of tree is this? You say an apple tree, an orange tree, and a banana tree. Because you see the fruit that it bears. Now, what if I was to take this same exercise, and instead of looking at trees, I looked at your organization? If I was to ask your community, your peers, your leadership, what kind of organization is this? What would they tell me? Would they tell me the right thing? Your actions are going to shift that perception. Just like you wouldn't believe when someone tells you one thing and does another, the whole actions speak louder than words. Your organization can't do one thing and then tell the community something else. Back during that age, I was an avid reader. I still am. I used to read anything I get my hands on. And I loved my parents because they would let me do just that, within reason, of course. There are very few books they mandated that we had to read. One of them was obviously the Bible. But the other one was Who Moved My Cheese? By Spencer Johnson. By the grins on your face, I know you're very familiar with this book. Reading this book at the age of 13 changed my life. Because when I think back what it means to have a change framework, of knowing how to understand and react to change, I always come back to this story. Have you ever been in a meeting and you're talking about plans to do something different, and someone speaks up and they says, well, we've always done it this way. Why would we change it now? We've all been there. Because why would you change a good thing? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That's what you hear. But the problem with that is, spoiler alert, things change. You have a duty to your community, a duty to your customers, a duty to your peers, a duty to your leadership. Expect, embrace, and adapt change. Because if you don't adapt, you will expire. My name is Larry Hawkins II, CEO and co-founder of Hawkins Development Group. Our motto is find purpose, find answers, find you. Thank you for your time.